In today's video, I'm sharing with you my first impressions of the Flea Sweater by Anna and Heidi Pickles. Hello, and welcome to the Wool Needles Hands Midweek Ramble. My name is Taylor, and I will be your host. For today's video, I decided I wanted to do something I haven't really done before, and that is to give you a first impressions of a single pattern that I actually have casted onto. And this is going to be relatively short and sweet, as I have only just started, so I don't have a lot of information to give you as it relates to the experience of knitting this sweater. But I want to tell you what drew me to this sweater, what my thoughts are, and why I'm so excited to knit this particular sweater. And the sweater in question today is called the Flea Sweater by Anna and Heidi Pickles. It is a gorgeous, it's striped. Okay, this is essentially a striped sweater. However, there is a little bit of a stranded color work element in the little lice that appear in the stripes of the sweater. I know that's not really a nice name for these things, but they're the little dots of contrasting color along the stripes of the sweater, giving the sweater a stranded color work vibe without all of the stranded color workiness that makes a colorwork sweater a little bit more complicated. Okay, so I love a colorwork sweater. I really do. I love the look of a colorwork yoke sweater. I love the look of an all-over colorwork sweater, and it is something I really want to tackle. In fact, I started tackling it, and I don't know if you can see, but behind me is just the teeniest bit of yoke of a colorwork sweater. I'll grab it so you can see the proof that I actually have, and this is my second color work yoke that I have tackled. And this is the Panasa sweater. I'll link to this. If anything, I'll pop up a picture so you can see. But this is the beginnings of the Panasa sweater. Now, I do really love a color work yoke sweater. However, there's something about an all-over color work vibe that I really love. For example, imagine a Marie Wallin, Shetland inspired color work sweater. Okay, they're absolutely gorgeous. And Marie Wallin, in my opinion, is the queen of all over color work, and especially multiple colors. Like, she's not just a color work designer. She's got an array of beautiful colors in her designs, and I love that look. However, I don't know if I'm ready to commit to that kind of project at the moment. But I'm kind of wanting a nice color work inspired sweater to add to my wardrobe. I don't have one, and I want it to be more than just a yoke. Again, I love the look of a color work yoke sweater where you just have the color work going around here, but I kind of want the all over color work vibe. I was looking around on Ravelry and I came across a sweater called the Flea Sweater, the one that we're talking about today. And it gave me all these amazing all over color work vibes, but I'm telling you guys, this is simply a striped sweater with a little flare in there that is stranded color work in the form of what they call little lice along the stripes. You can see it here. I'll pop it up. I'm not going to dive into my screen yet, but I will pop it up here so you can kind of see what it is that I'm talking about. You can see that there's those little dots along the stripes. When you look at the Flea Sweater, like you're looking at the one here, this is the one that I'm showing you on a man, you can see that it really does have that kind of all over color work vibe, but it's really rather simple in terms of how those colors come together. We have alternating thicknesses of stripes, I guess you could say, or alternating weights of stripes, alternating colors. There is a color pattern going on here. And then of course you have those little lice on there giving it that overall stranded color work vibe. Well, this stuck out to me because I saw this and I thought, I love a striped sweater. I really do. I love an all over color work sweater, and both of these are in terms of like the vibe and the look. Why not put the two together and get the best of both worlds? And so I want to show this to you. So introducing the Flea Sweater by Anna and Heidi Pickles. Okay, so we are now, excuse me, on my screen here. This is my Milano board, and you can see in front of you an array of flea sweaters. Now there is one sweater here. This is the Fair Isle Rauna pattern by Marie Wallin. The only reason I brought this out here to put on my board was because I wanted to give you a quick glimpse of what I mean by the Flea Sweater giving off that kind of Shetland color work Marie Wallin vibe, okay? If you look at this one and you look at this one, kind of one on top of the other, you can see that that vibe is real and it is there. Now, please know, in no way am I comparing the workmanship, the craftsmanship that would go into this sweater by Marie Wallin to the Flea Sweater. Okay, I understand it is a completely different experience, and what Marie Wallin does with her designs and her use of color and the stranded color work motifs involved there is far more complex and complicated, and just, I guess you could say more artistic. I think that's all relative, but I think you understand what I'm saying. I'm not saying that this Flea Sweater replaces a design by Marie Wallin, not in the least. I'm just saying that if you want the look, but you're not really ready to commit to the work, the Flea Sweater, in my opinion, kind of gives a really nice stranded color work all over multicolor look, but it's relatively simple and kind of as far as stripes go. So that's kind of the only reason I put that here. Now, the Flea Sweater comes in a variety of different options. So you have this one here, which is designed for men. And then you have this one over here, which is designed for women using fingering weight yarn. So the men's and the women's are both using fingering weight yarn. But then you have this one over here, and I'll pop them open in a minute. This one here uses bulky yarn. And then we have a cardigan option. And then we have an option for children. And then there is even an option down here that uses bulky mohair yarn. So if you want something with a little bit more of a halo. I was first drawn to the one that you see here. This is the Flea Sweater. Is there a fly on me? I think there was. Ooh. This is the Flea Sweater for men. Okay. Now, I think, it's a unisex sweater, honestly. I was drawn to this thinking that I would knit this for myself because I loved the colors here. I was drawn to the overall vibe and the shape, and I was drawn to the fact that it is a top-down raglan sleeve sweater. This is not a circular yoke colorwork sweater. This is knit in that raglan style, and you can kind of see that. I'm going to zoom in a little bit more here. You can see that here, where you have the raglan seams running down here, and the colorwork shifts, and you get that kind of obtuse angle going up and over the shoulders. I think it's really cool. And I also think that you could get creative here and maybe do the stitches within the raglan seam. You can have them be all one color, and then that would give you kind of like a raglan stripe. I don't know. I think you could have a lot of fun with that. But I love the look of this. And look at those, look at those gorgeous colors. Absolutely stunning. It has a rolled collar. I feel like this collar, this neckline right here is a little wide for my liking on this man right here. Even on myself, I wouldn't want it to be so wide set like that, but I love that it is a nice rolled neckline. Really nice. So this drew my eye in, and it drew it more for the color work vibes than the stripes, but the stripes are a lot of fun. I think the fact that you have some really nice thin stripes in there with some really nice wide stripes, and then the little fleas or lice that you see within the stripes, that's what gives it that ultimate, like, I don't know, like Marie Wallin vibe. How can you say like a poor man's Marie Wallin? I don't know. And I don't mean that. Okay, it's a figure of speech, but it does kind of give you that look and that vibe, which I really love. Now, this one was actually brought to my attention. I posted about this over on Patreon about how I found this sweater and I really loved it, and that I wanted to knit this one here. And then a member on Patreon brought to my attention that there's actually one that's designed for women. And so I looked it up, and this is that one here. The colors are different. I'm not in love with these colors, but that's obviously, you can make your own color scheme. It doesn't matter, but it is really beautiful. What I do love about this is the shape of this sweater versus the one that you see the man wearing. This looks more like something I would want on my body. I kind of just love the wide set nature of it. It looks like it's slightly oversized. Look at it right here. Like, how cute is that? What a cute style of sweater to wear with a pair of jeans in the cold season. I love it. I like these colors. These are really cute. You can see them a little closer right there. Oh my gosh, I love that. I would love a pair of socks knit with this motif. So cute. So this is the women's version, and this uses fingering weight yarn. The yarn that's being used here, if you want to stick to what's in the pattern, is Pickles Pure Wool, which is, I'm assuming, the designer's yarn that they sell, and it comes in a range of colors. I actually went to the website to see, and it has a lot of different colors. I think you can kind of see some of the colors here, But lots of different colors. This is fingering weight, 100% wool. It's really nice. Okay, and then the next version I have here is this one right here. This is a bulky weight version of the Flea Sweater. Now, I am not into a multicolor sweater, like especially stranded color work in a bulky weight yarn. It's too hot looking for me, too stifling. But this is really beautiful. And if you want something that knits up a little bit more quickly, this is definitely the way to go. Or if you're pairing yarns together to get a thicker overall fabric, this is a really great way to go. And it's still giving off those really nice vibes. Love that. This is on a little boy. How cute. It's like a chunky sweatshirt. I don't love the neckline on the bulky one. It sits up and off of the regular fabric a little bit more than I like. But you know, that's just a matter of preference. So there's that option. And then there is also a cardigan. I haven't looked too much at the cardigan. I just discovered the cardigan. Oh, okay, wait. It looks like this is just for children. Yeah, see, I just popped it in there because I noticed that there was a Pickles cardigan. Yeah, so this is just for children, which is still very cute. Oh my god, it's too much. Too cute, too cute. And that uses DK weight yarn. And then the mohair, there's the children's option of the regular sweater. There's a hat here. I don't know if you get the hat with this. Yeah, it doesn't look like you get the hat with this, but the sweater is super cute. So you have it in kid sizes. This is a DK weight sweater, not a fingering weight sweater. And then the last one that's offered for adults is this one here. This is the mohair version. It is a bulky sweater. Now, it looks like the yarn here is bulky. So it's a mohair yarn that is just a bulky weight. 78% mohair, 15% wool, 7% nylon. And it is just on its own a bulky weight yarn, which is a lot of fun. Yeah, that's really pretty. Very fuzzy, I will tell you. It's called Big Fuzz, and that's what's used to knit this version of the Flea Sweater. Not my favorite look. I don't know. I don't like the folded. I think it's beautiful, but for my own preferences, I think I probably wouldn't fold the cuffs. These are all things. This is just me picking it apart based on my own preferences. Otherwise, it is a very beautiful sweater. I would choose probably some different colors, but I think it's a really fun option for something that you want to be really fuzzy and squishy and soft. And I love that. So that's the other option as well. Yeah, it's cute. It's super cute. It's giving me big 80s vibes. Love that. Okay, so that is the Flea Sweater. Okay, that's what I'm excited about right now. I started knitting this Panasa sweater, and then I just kind of, I don't know, I saw this and it took over because I love the all over multiple color vibe. And what's awesome about this is that it uses, and I think it mentions it on this one, it uses 6 different colors, 100 grams each. So 100 grams each of 6 different colors. That's going to give you all the sizes available. It even says here the yardage calculation is the same for all sizes because of the number of colors used. Now the sizes of this goes up to let's see, chest width 25. Chest width is 25.6. That's 51.2 inch bust, which isn't a lot. I mean, if we're talking about like a large range of sizes, unfortunately, this pattern does not have a large range of sizes. The bust measurement goes up to max 51.2 inches for the women's version. However, the one that you see the man wearing, I have to cycle all the way back here. Where is it? Yeah, it's the first one. This one here goes up to what's considered a double XL. But even that is 56.6. Yeah, I mean, that's still pretty small too, in terms of like a large range of size offerings. Okay, so you do have to go into this knowing that you're going to need to do maybe some extra raglan increases, maybe add a few more stitches under the sleeves to give you the bust circumference you need if you tend to be larger than the bust circumference that's offered within the pattern. But because it is a raglan sweater, other than calculating the yardage needs that you're going to have here, you really can kind of adjust that as you go. That's what's great about a top-down raglan, is if you need more bust, you can give yourself more bust in terms of how far down you make your raglan increases, or how many raglan increases you have, how many stitches you cast on under the arms, all of this. It is a little extra work, but when all else fails, that's something that you can do. So it is limited in terms of size offerings. But for me personally, and for the sake of just introducing this pattern to you, and for those of you who might find this to be something that works for you, I think it's a really beautiful sweater. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and turn this off. I don't need this anymore. You've seen the sweater. I'll pop some pictures up as I go, but I want to show you the colors that I'm going to use for my Flea sweater. Now, I went back and forth here. I actually have both patterns printed out, the men's and the women's, because I was thinking I was originally going to go with this. I actually even went through on here. Yeah, I'm not giving anything away here. You see the little like colors I did here, like to match it up. I did that because I had some colors already that were pretty similar to that. Okay, so the colors I'm using, these are all on my Fiber for the People Born, Shorn, and Dyed yarn collection, which is yarn that I source from Northern Nevada. It's 100% merino Rambouillet cross. It's absolutely beautiful. So I have an assortment of colors here. How can I show this to you? How can I show this to you effectively? Okay. So I am going to do, how do I do this? We're just winging it here. Oh my gosh. Let's put this one over here. So this is what I think I'm gonna do, but I might need your advice. I don't know, I'm looking at it now. Yeah, I might need your advice. So I'll pop a picture up of the man wearing that sweater because that's kind of the color I love, the combination of colors I love. Now I have this and I really, really love the way that this looks. We got 6 colors here. I've got this taupe color right here that actually has some little speckles of dye on it because I had this out in the dye studio and I had a little quick accident and some dye splash. No, there's it's like random, but this is my own personal yarn, so it's fine. But this is what I'm thinking right now. But I want to grab one color that is not the same yarn, but is a color that it's the same weight and it would work. But I want you to tell me your advice. Give me your advice on what I should do. Okay, so this right here is not the same yarn. It's a similar weight, and it would be close enough for a sweater like this that's striped. But I'm wondering, okay, let's get this back. Let's do this again. So we've got the white, we've got the really dark, this like kind of beautiful sage green color, this yellow, oh boy, this like aqua color. Okay, and then it would be this. All right, so there's that. Okay, that's one way. Now, again, you see the photo. This is most close. This is closest, okay, to what you see in front of you in that photo of the man wearing that sweater. However, I just really love this. I don't know. I mean, I love them both, okay? I'm gonna pull this one up here. This is like absolutely ridiculous. I love them both, but okay, but what do you think? So we've got this combination here, or this is just, okay. Or, oh, come on. Or we got, oh, you know what? Or this combination. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Okay, what do you think? So this with the red, or, you know, burnt orange, or this with this, like, tobacco color. I love them both. I really do. I want something, I don't want it to look too, what is the word? Like two primary colors and childlike. And I feel like the one that you see the man wearing kind of skirts that fine line. And I love that. I don't think it looks bad. But I feel like this kind of has like this toy shop, you know, primary color vibe to it. Whereas this has a little bit more of like an earthy vibe. I don't know. What do you think? Let me know. Okay, so those are the colors I have so far. I need to kind of decide, oh, this is just gonna be a mess. Let's get these in my bin here. I need to decide quickly because the next color coming up is either one of these, like the tobacco or that burnt orange color. So I gotta decide. This is what I have so far. I'm doing a folded over neckline, knit one, purl one, and I have about, I don't know, about ½ inch left before I would fold it over and combine the cast on stitches with my live stitches and then carry on with the rest of the sweater. So it's either going to be, this is what kind of caused me to move towards this, okay? It's either going to be this tobacco color right below this darker smoky color, or it's going to be this color. There's something about this that I love so much more than this. Okay, I don't know. Yeah. So, okay, so there we are. These are my ramblings about the Flea sweater. I'm loving it so far. In terms of first impressions of the actual pattern, I know I can't like tell you about the pattern, and I'm not going to do that. I encourage you, if you're interested, to go purchase the pattern. The pattern looks incredibly easy to follow. It is there. Okay, so you can purchase it, and when you purchase it, it comes in Norwegian and English. So you get both options within the same pattern. You don't have to have two separate copies or download two separate copies or search through to figure out which one is the English. It's just all there. It's Norwegian and English. And so I printed out just by selecting which pages to print. I just printed out the English version. So it has, you know, the usual abbreviations and all that. And then it has two pages of instructions. Okay. There's 2 pages of instructions here. And I did the same thing for this one, and there are 2 pages of instructions, okay? Like, come on, that's great. 2 pages of instructions, and you get a multicolored sweater with all those fun color work vibes, but you're not in it with like a ton of complicated color work motifs and charts. It's just kind of easy peasy lemon squeezy striping with some of those really fun little, what do they call them? Lice. I don't love that. I mean, we should be calling it something other than lice. That's not the most appealing name for that. But I love it. That's my first impressions. Beautiful sweater, all the color work vibes without all the color workiness. Not a very wide range, or it doesn't go up to a large size in terms of bust circumference. I think it kind of skirts a fine line by categorizing itself as plus size, but you know, you can kind of, I guess, decide that on your own, depending on what your concept is of plus size. But from what I know, I think it is not as accommodating in that regard. But I love the look. I love the vibe. I love it for men. I love it for women. It looks so adorable on children. Don't know if I would knit one of these for my kids because they grow like weeds. But yeah, I'm loving it. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section. I know some of you know of other patterns too that are similar to this, that maybe offer more sizes. And if that is the case, drop that down in the comment section with some links so that folks can navigate and see if maybe one works better than the other. But I really love the color work vibes without the color work commitment. I don't know. Is that a thing? That's a thing for me, and I'm excited about this. So I wanted to share that with you guys. Hope you enjoyed that. Hope you took some value from that. And if you did, don't forget to give the video a thumbs up. Definitely subscribe and click the bell icon so you can be notified anytime I upload new content. I will see you guys on Sunday's episode of the podcast. And so until then, happy knitting, happy making, happy whatever it is that you're doing. Take care, be well, and I will see you soon. Bye.